What's up, everybody?
I gotta do it.
Oh, you gotta do it too?
I gotta do it.
That's right, we always do that. We always have the clacker there. Oh, we got everybody in on it.
Actually, you need that to sync the sound.
That's absolutely what we do. But we always have it, like in the video. Like everybody else cuts it out, we just keep it in there. Here we are at the Rockin River. How you doing, Donnie?
I'm doing great.
How you doing, Bryan?
I'm having the time of my life.
How about the dude right here, Mr. Kenny Hess?
I'm almost asleep.
He is almost asleep. It's almost done for you.
Almost done.
Yeah, we're coming up on what? T-minus an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Well,
no,
an hour and a half
4
on the
hours,
main stage. But
Yeah.
4 hours, we're going to have 3-hour party with you guys.
That's right.
Damn right.
Partying. So we got to hang out with Kenny, like, and play a main stage act with him there. This is the Kenny Hess that we always talk about.
Yeah, so first of all, for all of our friends back in Arizona, we're in Merritt, BC.
Yep.
Yep,
Correct?
Merritt,
Did I say that
BC.
right?
Very center of British Columbia.
Right,
Yeah.
at the Rockin River Music Festival.
This is the country capital of Canada.
Yes, it is. Country music capital of Canada.
And this is the Rockin River Fest, and it was something else before that, right? What was that all about?
Years ago, there was a Merritt Mountain Music Festival here, and it was world famous. It was actually, can I say this? It was rated as the third best place in the world to get laid.
Oh, man.
So I wonder what the
Number
second
one.
place was.
Number 1 was Rio at the Carnival,
Yeah.
so Rio de Janeiro. Number 2 was New Orleans, of course, for
Wow.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And number 3 was the Merritt Mountain Music Festival. That was their claim to fame. It's not ours. It's not ours. Our claim to fame is you'll hear the best country music in the world
There
right
we
here.
go, man.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 3 years now,
Yep.
and it just seems like every single year we come out here, it just gets bigger and bigger.
It's pretty big, yeah. We're going to turn over 65,000 this week.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Wow, 65,000.
And it's good because it's not on fire this year around here.
No
either.
fires, while we're sitting here, we got the Wreck Laws, a big Canadian act on stage. We're waiting for Old Dominion to hit the stage to close out the main stage, and then Donny and the boys are going to tear it up for a few hours.
Right. I feel like I look like a total fat marshmallow sitting like that, so I'm going to move this way.
I think
right
you look
there.
amazing. Well, yeah,
This
'cause that's
is my
the natural
section.
position.
Yeah,
right there.
that's a very natural,
And that Lee Bryce show was fantastic.
Lee Bryce was amazing.
Yeah, it was a great lineup this year. Lee killed it for me. I love Lee.
Yeah.
You know, he's the thing for me, man.
Yeah, he is very good. Great song choices he has, and great picker.
Genuine connection with the audience. And
Yeah.
if you can see, there's some people that have that, and
Yeah.
some people, it's kind of an act, but this guy was the real deal. He's really zoning in on his audience.
Yeah, he's like every dude.
He's all about it.
Well, I've always said to be a good entertainer, you have to just stop being an entertainer.
Just
and
like
just
you, Kenny.
Well, thank you.
I watched you, man. You were a master.
Well, thank you.
I had a master class the other night. I was on stage with Kenny Hess. You were fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, I've spent my whole life as an entertainer. That's all I've ever done. And the big thing about it is, for 35 years, I've called it the Welcome to My Living Room tours.
That's awesome.
And that's what it should be. You're just talking to your friends out there.
No, that's exactly what it feels like. So the first year, this is the third year we've done this, that we've been invited up here. And the first year we came up here, that was the first thing I noticed is like, I have never met like the most friendliest, warmest, inviting group of people in my whole life.
Absolutely.
It was amazing that, the second we got here, it's a club that we haven't been a part of for forever, and then we instantly were we were just invited in, and like everybody knows.
There's stars here now. Everybody loves them. They play the river. They play the saloon stage. Everybody loves the Donny Grubb band.
And we play with Kenny Hess.
Yeah.
Keeps asking us to come back.
Yeah.
So speaking of Kenny Hess, can we please finally talk about how much fun Thursday night was? Because
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Kenny,
We had about 14,000 people standing right in front of the stage, just having a great old time.
that was it's one of the best things. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but being a guitar player that has played in bars my whole life for 50, 60 people tops, that's great. That's a lot of fun. But to stand in front of 13,000 people, I mean that puts something different in your blood that you're not used to feeling.
To watch them sing the words to your songs
Yeah,
and stuff like that, it's pretty cool.
What was crazy to me was like when we first started playing, there wasn't a whole lot of people out there.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get to look at their butts all the time. That's just what I get to do as a
Yeah.
drummer. So I didn't see anything past all these guys. And then we got done. And I looked out there. I'm like, oh my god, where did all these people come from?
Kenny Hess is here.
Yeah, it's when I grew up playing here, and that's why I wanted to keep this festival alive. It went under almost 10 years ago. It went under So I knew it was going under, so I started my festival on my little farm. It started out as just a party we called the Hess Hoedown. But I had guys like Randy Backman, friends of mine, Randy Backman, and one more girl who were very famous duo that happened to be our buddy, Tom McKillop, my band leader, happens to be his daughters.
Yeah.
So they would come out and play, and we invited 100 people, and 300 showed up, and then the next year 500, and then the next year 700. So we decided, okay, we'll do the festival, and I wanted to keep this one alive because the same stage that we now use for catering, I played that with Johnny Cash, George Jones, Merle Haggard, Loretta Lynn, and the list, Kenny Rogers, the list goes on and on, where I was always the opening guy, just like direct support. That same thing happened the other night, where we start and you're playing to a certain amount of people, and then by the time our 90-minute set or 75-minute set is over, it's like quadrupled. Or in those days, it was like 10 or 20 times. You'd start out with 500 people and end up with 10,000.
Right.
Where we probably started out with 4,000 and ended up with 13,000, 14,000 people. So, and they're enthusiastic. They enjoy it. I've been very lucky. I've been doing this now on these grounds my 22nd year of doing it. So,
wow.
It's pretty cool.
Like I was saying, like we come from Arizona, right? And we have the Country Thunder, and I feel like there's probably a fight that breaks out like every 2 seconds there, and it seems like for the most part everybody's just really cool with each other here. I'm sure there's a few people. But.
We had one fight, and we seen it right in front of us, and it was just some guy backed up, and a local girl decided to punch him in the head about 5 times. The poor guy was taking lefts like crazy. By the time she finished hitting him with her left, he was begging for a right. Anyway, they got that under control. The fighting in that is not, even though Canadian boys love to chuck leather. They do. Yeah. We're very well known for loving to scrap. It's not an aggressive crowd.
No, it's not.
We're sitting in my bus right now, and if you look out over the audience over here, you can see there's about 12 or 15,000 people getting ready for Old Dominion. Come on, and they're calm. And,
they're just having a good time.
That's a pretty intense sight.
It is intense. The funny thing is I think part of it, and I live in Arizona. That's how I met Donny and the boys here. I live in Gold Canyon, but the thing about here is, as you guys can attest, it goes from being 95 to 100 degrees down to 60 degrees the second the sun goes down. Yeah. So you're burning, and then all of a sudden you're colder than a witch's boob in a brass bra.
Right. I learned that last night.
Last night was chilly.
It got pretty excessively cold.
Oh yeah. Mike playing fiddle, my fiddle player who plays with the guys, I seen him, he had everything on but a glove. He's got a toque on.
Speaking of Mike, man, that guy has busted his butt all weekend. I think he's played with damn near everybody here.
Well, I gave him the go-ahead to go ahead and play with everybody. And the funny thing is, Mike, fiddle player I've been working with for 25 years. The thing about Mike is he's played on everybody's albums.
Yeah.
So when I said go ahead and work with whoever you want while you're here, man, everybody, all these guys, their albums, Mike's played on them. So if he's available, they're going, man, Mike, I want him. Yeah. I want him. So yeah, Mikey's been running from one stage to the other, to the other, to the other.
And we want him too. Fun. He hasn't worked with us yet.
Well, the funny thing is, I actually talked to him about working with us on some of the records that we're working on right now.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That'd be fun. Donny and Kit and I are producing. So.
Yeah, he's got to be like one of the busiest dudes in this whole country, man.
Yeah, he is. In the country, he's one of the busiest guys.
Nice.
It doesn't hurt neither that Tom McKillop, the band leader, my band leader, has won Canadian Producer of the Year umpteen dozen times.
Right, yeah.
And he's just, I'm pretty lucky. I work with some pretty good. And another one of the guys, John Ellis, who's playing with you guys on Steel.
Yeah. He's a monster.
He's also won Producer of the Year and a monster. Yeah,
oh, wow, he's great.
Yeah, honestly, when I first met John, being a melody, guitar player, I was so intimidated by that guy. When you first brought us up here, 3 years ago, I was scared to death to even look him in the eye. And now he's so close. He's a great friend of mine. It's awesome to get along, and
He's very mischievous and he's fun.
Well, as most steel players are.
Yeah.
He's a mad scientist.
They're like goaltenders up in Canada. They're just weird.
They are. Well, any steel guitar player.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got a little magic to him, dude.